Welcome, everyone. Yeah, it's good to see you all. So nice to be connecting again this way. I thought I'd just speak a couple minutes about tonight's topic, tonight's practice. And it's a practice that came forward from Sri Aurobindo. Ken Wilber later adopted it and kind of made it more famous. But Aurobindo coined this phrase, integral yoga, an integral approach to meditation. And so if we look at what enlightenment is and spiritual awakening, like what these things are, these are movements of absolute inclusivity. But so often the way, most of us approach spirituality is we put our spirituality in a box. We put our meditation in a box. We don't allow this experience to touch the other aspects of our life. But when we have an integral approach, we allow our spiritual path, our meditation practice, our spirituality to touch every aspect of life. And so I'll give a couple examples of what I mean by this. When I was young and I just first met my teacher, all I tried to do was meditate as long as I possibly could. I thought if I could just meditate 4 hours every single day, then this would be a huge step forward. And in a sense it was, because for many years I just gathered all of my spiritual energy and pulled energy away from everything else in life. And I became very focused, very concentrated. And so I developed, the realm of discipline. This is one of the realms in the integral view. And within integral yoga, you must have discipline. But there was many other things that I was denying. I wasn't feeding my body. I wasn't taking care of my human relationships. I was ignoring and avoiding life. My finances were a wreck. And, if you ever try to sit down and meditate when your body isn't well fed, when your relationships are a mess, when your body feels overworked and exhausted, when you sit down and meditate, you normally don't have a pleasant experience. You normally, fight with the body. See it as a workhorse or just a vehicle that you beat up on your way to the realm of enlightenment. But there's this different approach that if we take care of our psychology, if we take care of our relationships, if we feed our body good foods and exercise and, have a general sense of well-being, if we are well rested and we sit down to meditate, oftentimes the body will just naturally relax and it will open. It won't fight with us. Our mind won't be a wreck if, there's no drama in our world of relationships. But if there's lots of drama and you try to sit down and create peace, you'll find, it's very hard to find peace if I'm fighting with my mind. And so in the integral approach, we just don't try to wake up in a transcendent way and avoid our life. We try to wake up throughout our being. And so what does this mean specifically? Specifically, we awaken the 7 chakra centers. We find the truth, the support, the aspect of consciousness which is buried within each center. And so you give yourself permission to open throughout yourself. And then beyond this, you take good care of your body, you treat it with love, You take care of your psychology and your inner child and your psychological wounds. Again, you meet these with love, with clarity, with compassion, with wisdom. And as we do this, what we find is that true nature easily presents itself when our mind is quiet, when our psychology is healthy, when we're kind and loving to our body. It's not sitting there grumbling. You know, the Buddha spoke a little bit about this when he was living like an ascetic. He was malnourished and his body, was just falling over. It was just skin and bones. And he realized maybe there's a middle path, a path where I'm not giving in to every desire, but also where I'm feeding myself. Now, the integral view takes it a step further and says, enlightenment is inclusive. It's a movement of radical inclusivity. And so can my spirituality also be radically inclusive of the fullness of what we are, the fullness. And so I'm going to invite you all to close your eyes, to get yourself comfortable. And to assume a posture that is still, that is relaxed, that is peaceful. And we'll just start just with what I've called a gentle discipline. So we're not rigid in our body, but we're not too loose. So we're doing our best to sit still and have a spine that is straight. And let us just start by taking some deep, full belly breaths, just breathing in and breathing out. I'm going to encourage you just to gently smile. Smile. And acknowledge that what you are, fundamentally, the depth of your being, fundamentally, your essence is good. Fundamentally, your essence is divine. And so we're just breathing in and out, taking some deep, full belly breaths. And the spine is straight. You can just feel this column of light. From the base of the spine is straight. It's erect. It feels strong and stable. And the base of your skull is stacked on the spine. The jaw is relaxed. The body is peaceful and at ease. And if you need a place to focus, just focus deep in the belly, just breathing in and breathing out. Just feeling this presence of quietude. Deep in the belly. Just breathing in and breathing out. Of course, if your mind has anything it's thinking about, I invite you just to allow all the thoughts just to fall away. Just taking some deep, full breaths. Breathing in and breathing out. Letting the day dissolve. Inviting the body to calm down and find just a natural presence of peace. Just deep, full belly breaths. And so as we're breathing, we are noticing this gentle presence of aliveness throughout our being. And so sometimes when we are too serious, too focused, we become rigid. We actually stop feeling the aliveness. So if any of you, if your concentration is too tight, I'm going to invite you just to loosen that up a bit. And imagine the space of awareness is vast, it's open, it's free. And inclusive. So we'll just spend a couple minutes going through the body, inviting awareness to wake up throughout. So again, just breathing in and breathing out. Just gently relaxing the pelvic floor. Sometimes we hold a lot of tension in the pelvic floor, the pelvic bowl, the hips, the inner thighs. This is our base, this is our root. So we're just giving ourselves permission to breathe deeply and fully into the root chakra, inviting the natural intelligence of our root chakra to come forward. We're inviting the energy of groundedness, of stability, this quiet strength to hold us in this posture of meditation. So breathing in and breathing out. Relaxing the belly, feeling this quiet strength in the core. Feeling a gentle warmth here. The belly, the solar plexus, the heart. Just allowing the sense of radiance, sense of aliveness to wake up in the heart, the chest, relaxing the shoulders, the arms, the hands. Of course, relaxing the throat chakra and just noticing, is there any tension in the throat? And if so, we're relaxing that. The space of the mind is naturally open and gently focused. And the crown chakra is also open. And for those of you who are sensitive, you may notice that there is already this energy, this grace pouring down from above. We're just inviting the crown just to be like a big receptive bowl. Almost like a radar dish, just receiving, a satellite dish receiving this grace from above. So breathing in and breathing out. Just gently breathing, smiling, and receiving what's here. So true nature is awake, is alive, is ever present, and receptive. Even giving ourselves permission, the most humble way, is to join in this prayer. Divine Mother, take me. Have your way with me. Flood me with the most high grace, with your love, your light, your luminosity. Help me to unhook from that which is lesser, and receive that which is greater. So as we're breathing in and out, you may notice this light descending further, deeper into the third eye, enveloping the skull, the back of the skull, the neck, the throat, coming down into the heart. Just giving yourself full permission to breathe, to surrender, to let go. Your job is simply to relax, be present to what's here. Giving the body full permission to open, to receive. Just noticing the energy of true nature and the energy of grace. Intensifying and waking up throughout. So I invite you not only to have awareness of the front of your subtle energetic body, but also the back. Sometimes we hold lots of tension in our back. Hold karma, heaviness. Sometimes we just have no awareness of the back. So give awareness permission to expand the back of the skull, the spine, behind the heart, the lower back, the sacrum, the hamstrings. Notice how your experience changes. You give yourself permission to be inclusive. Deep, full belly breaths. Breathing in and breathing out. Noticing this grace coming down and flooding the heart. Noticing how the experience of the heart chakra, how it changes, how it grows and evolves as it's flooded with light. And breathing in and breathing out. And again, for those of you who are thinking too much, I invite you to feel. Feel in your heart. Let go of your workday, your busyness, your struggle. Soften the egoic tendency to be in control. Give yourself permission to melt. So everyone can relax just a little more, especially as the light becomes even brighter. The space of the mind and the space of the third eye. Some of you may be hearing the divine sound. The light comes in this brilliant way. Often it also comes with a very high-pitched hum, high-pitched om. You may even notice your very senses changing, growing, evolving, being brought into higher levels of awareness, higher levels of divinity. So within the inner ear, you may hear the sound of the universe. You may notice the eyes deeply relaxing. becoming more inclusive. That what you are and what you see is light. Giving yourself full permission to wake up, to what you truly are. Extraordinary luminous presence. And taking some deep, full breaths. Inviting your consciousness to wake up from head to toe. Relaxing the belly more fully and deeply. So many of us have this unconscious grip in the belly. Relaxing the solar plexus, the hara, and the pelvis. We're melting, we're softening. and receiving. Who am I? Beyond thought, beyond emotion, beyond conditioning. What's here that is awake, that is divine, that is holy? How beautiful, how noble am I? So there's this great invitation to explore what you are, to receive the hugeness of what you are to allow yourself to be flooded with grace, with light, love, and brilliance. And for any of you who are struggling, give your struggle to God, give it to life. Give yourself permission to be held. What's here that's holy? Deep, full belly breaths. Feeling, experiencing the hugeness of what you are. And as this light is descending deeper and deeper within you, you may notice it descending down into the earth. And this gentle grace waking up in the earth, coming up through the bottoms of the feet, the calves, the shins, knees, the thighs, the pelvis, descending grace and ascending grace. Flooding your true nature, flooding the hugeness of what you are. At this moment in the meditation, things can get quite intense, quite brilliant. So I invite you to relax a little more deeply. And just receive. And for some of you who are concentrating very deeply, just relax that a little more. Let go of any and all sense of control. And be here now. Feeling, receiving the intensity of this descending grace, ascending grace. Feeling the whole body lit up like a lighthouse. Haru Perun Joti, Tani Perun Karnai, vast grace light. Who am I? What am I? Beyond name, beyond form, beyond thought, beyond emotion. What is awake? Right here, right now. You are divine. You are vast, luminous light. You are holy. You are a lighthouse. And so I invite you just to take a couple more deep, full breaths and see this light shining out to your brothers and sisters here on planet Earth, your children, your parents, all the species and plants and animal life, even inviting the earth itself to be blessed, bathed in light. And so when you're ready, you can gently open your eyes. And as always, with an integral approach to meditation, we stay with our presence, we stay with our experience. Whether eyes are open or eyes are closed. We have this receptive attitude. Our consciousness is inclusive. For a moment there, I swore I saw a jumping little girl on a bed. And so we're inclusive. We welcome our children into our life. If they come into our meditations, we smile. We're inclusive. We're loving. We receive them. We receive this grace from above. We receive our own goddess nature, our nobility. We open to life. This is what meditation is. Meditation is not about being one-pointed and closing to life. It's about opening to every aspect of your divinity, every aspect of the hugeness of what life is. And so we have this attitude of welcoming. We welcome it all, and we meet it with love. As we do so, we become spacious. We become the love. We realize what we are in our essence. So we're not fighting with, we're opening to. And just having a gentle discipline. If we open to something difficult, we're not getting lost in it. We are receiving the beauty of life. Whether that's in the form of your children jumping on the bed while you're trying to meditate, or you're receiving the hugeness of the sky, the hugeness of the heart, the hugeness of your goddess nature. We're opening to it all. And so, it's so good to sit with you all, and it's good to sit with you, Suzanne, and see who's here. Amy and Jeremy and Meg and Denny and Mel and Mr. Chad and Adi and Sanatha and Richard, Peter, Tanya, Lisa, Trish, Butch, and Marianne. So good to be with y'all. It's good to see you back this week. And I hope to see you again, sometime soon. May peace be with you all, and have a wonderful night, and good morning to you, those of you in Australia. Bye.